Good morning. This is Kelly Blatnick with Blatnick Law here to discuss the April 22nd, 2021 decision from the state of Florida, the Florida State Supreme Court, on the Donald James Smith versus State of Florida, case number SC 18-822 appeal. For those of you who are of gentle mind or spirit, you might want to stop the video now. This is a criminal appeal out of Florida. And one of the cases that's dealing with the brutal rape and murder of Cherish, an 8-year-old child. Donald Smith appealed his conviction on 5 different grounds. Number 1 was that the venue should have been changed due to publicity. 2, denial of mistrial during the medical examiner's testimony was fundamentally errored. 3, denial of the motion to exclude autopsy photos was also a fundamental error. 4, denial of mistrial during the prosecutor's opening statement was also considered a fundamental error. And 5, that the cumulative errors listed above amounted to a reason to reverse. The Florida State Supreme Court ruled that because the defendant failed to preserve for appeal the change of venue, it would be improper to make an opinion upon the change of venue. But despite the lack of preserving the change of venue for appeal, the Florida State Supreme Court still went through the analysis of the steps for change of venue and opined that venue was proper and that the pretrial publicity did not rob Donald of a fair trial. 2, mistrial during the medical examiner's testimony. During the testimony, the medical examiner took a deep breath and told the court that the medical examiner needed a break. The court then allowed the medical examiner to take a break. Defense argued that this break was tantamount to a mental breakdown or something of that sort and highly prejudiced the jury because a medical examiner was unable to get through the testimony looking at the pictures without a break. The Florida State Supreme Court said, no, that break did not equal a breakdown. It was not, quote, tantamount to a breakdown, end quote. There was no abuse of discretion for allowing a witness to take a break mid-testimony. That's actually very common. Witnesses need breaks for a lot of reasons, and that there was no basis of a mistrial because the medical examiner needed to take a break during the testimony. 3, denial of the motion to exclude autopsy photos. The Florida State Supreme Court ruled that the autopsy photos were necessary to prove premeditation, heinous, atrocious, and cruelty of the acts. Premeditation, heinous, atrocious, and cruelty are necessary for implementation of the death penalty, and the Florida State Supreme Court opined that the photos were required to show the true nature of the act. Number 4, denial of mistrial during the prosecutor's opening statement. The Florida State Supreme Court ruled that although the prosecutor's opening statement was dramatic, nothing the prosecutor stated was untrue, and therefore there was no fundamental error. As to the cumulative errors denied defendant a fair trial, because the Florida State Supreme Court ruled that the errors 1 through 4 were not truly errors, there was no cumulative effect. Therefore, Donald remains on death row in Florida for the 2013 rape and murder of Cherish, an 8-year-old child. Before I started law school, I was actually anti-death penalty. While at University of Florida Levin College of Law, I took a death penalty class, and it definitely changed my mind regarding the death penalty. And it is, quite frankly, cases like these that remind me why we have this horrible but necessary punishment. And I personally believe the Florida State Supreme Court got it right, but I anticipate this being appealed further, as most murder cases are appealed, especially when there's a death penalty imposed.